Hi everyone, Zoe Kavada here. So just to review my project, it'll be in a Regents Chemistry class, so high school sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and they will be working in groups to create a Adobe Spark presentation where they will study 4 food items, so one per group member, and putting it together into a presentation. They can choose whether they want to make a poster like I have, or a video, or a slideshow. But to assess them, I'm going to show you my rubrics. So I have 3 rubrics: a content one that I will be assessing them on, the actual presentation, and then also their group work and how they worked well or not so well in their groups. So just to go over a few things with the rubrics, the students will be given these rubrics before they start the project with their groups. It'll be, each rubric will have a potential to have 3 points in each category. So it'll be missing or poor, and they'll get 0 points for that, meaning they're probably missing that portion of the criteria. Developing means they might have part of it, but not quite everything I was looking for. Meeting the standards means they checked all the boxes and did exactly what they needed to do. And then some of the criteria also has the potential to have exceeding expectations, meaning they kind of went above and beyond. So if I asked them to explain how the chemical bonds work to create the effect of the nutrition facts for their food, they could do that. But then to exceed the expectations, they could also provide pictures or diagrams to enhance their text. So the meeting the standards would be that they just explained how the chemical bonds and structures affect the nutrition facts for every single food item. And then exceeding would be, they go above and beyond with that and incorporate a further explanation with an image or diagram. So some of my criteria does not have an exceeds expectations part that they can get, but then to give them their overall grade, I'll just tally up these points, and I do all of my grading out of points. I leave room for comments at the bottom after each rubric, and what I will do is add up all of these, so it won't just be like a grade for this rubric and then a grade for this one and then a grade for this one. I'll add all 3 together, but I will separately assess them on each one, just so they can see where they are, especially with the group work. We do a lot of group projects, so moving forward in the year, they can kind of see how, aside from just content, how they can do better on projects just in the group work aspect. I will fill these out using Cami. I will put these in, it is in a PDF right now. So I will, when I'm grading and the kids are presenting, I will fill this out using the Cami page, and I'll type in comments for them. That way they can have a digital copy. In the past, I would have printed this out and written directly on it and given it to them, but seeing as I have some all virtual students doing the Cami and giving them digital copies on Google Classroom seems to be the best format for me right now. And then I'll also have students assess each other and their groups. I decided actually, as I was putting together this presentation, when I turned in these rubrics to Dr. O'Connor, I just had it like this, but I think a better format would actually be on Google Forms. So I think I would take this rubric that I have for them to be filling out in terms of how the other groups did when they're presenting. I think it'd be easier and easier for me to look at if I do this on a Google Forms, which is easy to convert over. But then at the end of this, after they assess each other's groups, they're going to vote on the top 3. And they can vote. I have 3 Regents classes, and they are going to have access to all of the presentations from all 3 classes, not just their own. They will vote on the top 3, and then I will take the top 3 out of all of my classes and I will give them to my science colleagues as well as the administrators to vote on, and the top 1 or the winning group will get to actually have their poster put up around the hallways. And if they decided to make a video, we do have TVs in the main lobby and in the cafeteria that I can have their presentations posted on as well. So it kind of creates a nice competition, as well as not only wanting to receive a good grade. But For my assessments, I like to use rubrics. I like to be very kind of open with them so that they can see, where they stand and things that they can work on moving forward. Since I like to do a lot of group projects in my class.